Do you feel me? We're going to get into it. Got a few topics. So we're going to have a conversation, huh? I am Sean B. Stoller, if you didn't know. It comes to a point, right? It comes to a point in every man's life to the point where you have to understand what type of energy that you have. See, as a man, we're going to get into it. Like I said, we're finna talk about everything tonight. But as a man, you got to understand, especially if you any type of public figure, a rapper, entertainer, influencer, you have to understand that if you have any popularity on any level, you have to understand your position with that power that you have, whether it's locally, nationally, internationally. And what am I talking about? Sean B. Stoller, what do you mean? I'm talking about the Sukihana situation with Osiris. Now, I know with Sukihana, you know what I'm saying? I'm familiar with a little bit of her music, super ratchet, right? You know what I'm saying? She talking about she the throat goat and you know what I'm saying? What she like to do to the, you know what I'm saying, gluteus maximus, huh? You know what I'm saying? What color it is. Hey, man, to each his own. You know. Now, just keep in mind, though, right? Just because she say Sukihana, I'm talking about. Just because she say she's super ratchet, she throw goat, she do this, she do that. As a man, you have to understand that that is a triggering thing, especially if you into that. As a man, you know what I'm saying? A woman tell you she put it all out there, what she about. To some guys, you know what I'm saying? That's very attractive. And also the energy that she is generating by having this type of music, type of mentality, or a persona, I should say. A persona that you putting out there. You have to understand the energy that you're going to attract with that. Now, I'm not saying it's like a blueprint to everything, no, but just in general, I am speaking. Whether you're a man, woman, individual, whatever you consider yourself as, just know that somebody is going to find you attractive. Now, just because they find you attractive or they find you interesting or curious or I just might, right? Just because you giving that aura off, you giving off that energy that you about that when you probably not really like that, but that's what you want to portray to the public. I'm talking about Sukihana right now. Just because an artist like Sukihana and there's many others out there, just because she promote herself in a certain way. Now, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say, I'm just telling you what type of energy that brings with that. What comes with that, huh? Just like a street dude, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody working at a corporate job, or you working in a corporate setting. That's the world I come from. You working in a corporate setting. You know what I'm saying? You have a certain type of code of conduct that's required of you for you to maintain your position and also to get other opportunities. It's all about how you conduct yourself. So if I carry myself in a professional manner, our conversations is based around business. Our conversations is talking about elevating the company, elevating myself. That's what type of energy that's going to come back to me. Because when they discuss that, right? If you're the individual that's working on the corporate side, I like talking that way because that's what I work. That's what I do. So in a corporate setting, I'm just tangent off from Sukihana, but it's all in pocket. Follow me. So if you in the corporate world, right, you're not gonna be in there talking, you know, hella reckless about, the business when you trying to elevate, when you trying to get promoted, when you trying to look for someone or entity or somebody to invest into whatever you have going on. It's all about showing your integrity, showing what you produce, showing that, hey, I'm trustworthy. You give me the assignment, you tell me you need something done, I take care of that. Now, in turn of that, when it comes for me to get in a better position, now you can look at my track record and see what I'm about, right? So that's coming from the corporate side. Now let's backtrack. Go back to Sukihana. If you carry yourself in a certain type of manner, you have to expect you're going to get some of that same mannerism brought back to you from people that's into that. Now, I'm not saying just because you promote yourself in a certain way, a sexual way, mean that it's okay for somebody to harass you, for somebody to, try to abuse you in some type of way, take advantage of you in some type of way. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm promoting. I'm just telling you the aura of what you're giving off, the energy that you giving off to other individuals that make them feel like, oh, she about that life. She talking about what she do with her mouth, what she do with her body, how she like this done to her. What you know what I mean? Don't she a throat goat and all this and that. You have to understand what that comes with. Just like your favorite gangster rapper. If you out here talking about you know what I'm saying, you sliding on your ops and you doing this, you doing that, somebody is going to test you on that. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at some of these great rappers from the 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to him. He got shot 9 times. So what I'm saying is, if you coming off with that gangster mentality, somebody is going to approach you in that mentality and that type of aggression and that type of energy. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that's what should be done. I'm just saying you got to expect some of that same energy that you're putting out there. It's going to eventually come back to you in some type of form. Do you feel? Huh? You know what I'm saying? So it's like with Sukihana, right? Like I said, I'm familiar with a lot of her music. Not a lot of it, but some of it. You know what I mean? And I seen her on Love and Hip Hop Miami. I see how she out and about doing her thing. I respect it. But you just gotta understand that energy though. You have to understand that. Now, I'm finna get to the Osiris part of it, right? Because what I seen, right? I seen this on TMZ. What did I see on here? Yeah, TMZ is saying that YK Osiris accused of sexual assault after grabbing and kissing Sukihana. Says Osiris believed he had, but oh, this is what TMZ is saying. I got this. I'm looking at their website. So it says Osiris believed he had the right to grab Sukihana and plant a unwanted kiss on her lips. And for that, the internet is okay. So it's basically saying what else he was doing. So with that being said, right? And I got that from TMZ.com. So with that being said, right? Osiris, you completely wrong for that, bro. You completely wrong for that. Because if you was trying to keep it player, that ain't player, man. That ain't player. For anything, you should have asked her if that's okay first. Because regardless what Sukihana said on wax, you know what I'm saying, on her songs, how she do this with her mouth and do this with her body, and she like this done to her. Regardless of all of that, she's still a woman, and you still a man. And to Osiris, see, this is why. This is another reason. I'm finna give y'all some more game, right? This is another reason why I don't play those kid games in the sense of, you know, the John Morant situation, how people say, oh, because he's young, you know, he haven't had this much money. Well, guess what? In this world, especially United States, that's where I'm from. That's not the only country I know the most about because I'm born and raised here, right? But in the United States, when you turn 18, regardless what your parents say, right? When you turn 21, regardless how your family feel about you, in America, you get tried and treated as a dope. If you go out here and you do something to somebody, they're not going to say, oh, he's a young adult. Oh, no, he's only 18. Oh, he's only 21. You do a big enough crime, you go into the penitentiary with grown men up on you, bruh. So nobody cares except for the people who love you and people that's around you to say, oh, he's young, he's a young adult. You gotta give him time. No, bruh. I don't play those games. I don't sit here and say, oh, because you're young. No, bruh. Just like John Morant, you making over 200 million. You're not a little boy anymore, bruh. Now, transition that to Osiris. You're not a kid, bruh. You're a young adult, but you still an adult. So if you do happen to go to jail, they're not going to say, the judge is not going to tell you, oh, because you a young adult, we're going to give you a pass. Oh, because you're a young adult, oh, you just didn't know. No, bruh. Oh, because Sukihana said this on wax, I thought it was cool. No, bruh. It is not cool for you to harass or sexually assault anybody. If they don't give you that consent, you back off, bruh. I don't care what they say on wax. I don't care what they say on the internet. I don't care wherever they say it on. If they don't tell you directly in your face and give you that okay, it is never okay. So to anybody like Osiris and anybody else, this is for him and anybody that feel like, oh, it's cool for me to do it because, this person said it on wax or they said it on the internet or they said it, wherever they said it. They could have said it to you in your face. But if they don't give you that okay, it is not okay. And that's why I don't play these kid games, because all through these social medias, from YouTube to all these other social media sites, a lot of individuals want to say, oh, he's 21. You're a young adult, trying to give people a pass. I don't give you a pass because life don't give you a pass. Once you considered as an adult in America, that's how they treat you when it comes to prison time, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, any type of obligations that you have to pay as an adult. They don't give you a pass just because you 21 and you're late on your bills. You think they're not going to lower your credit score? You think they're going to care about, he's only 19. He's only 18. You should give him a pass because he didn't know. Your PhD bill don't care about that. Whoever you pay rent to, you pay your car note to. They don't care nothing about that. Once you sign that line, you are considered an adult. So I hate when people say, "Oh man, he's a young adult." No, bruh, it is not okay. It's not okay. Regardless what a woman say, if she don't give you that approval, If she don't say that that's cool for you to do it, you don't do it. It's never cool. I don't care how much Zaza you smoking. Oh man, I was off the Henny. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm off the tequila. I'm off of this. I'm off that. I'm off the pills. Bruh, it doesn't matter. Sexual assault is still sexual assault. And the bad thing with the Osiris, not to even to add it on, to pile it on even more, it's a video of it. It's a video out there, man. So anybody like Osiris or anybody that's thinking that type of mentality, oh, because they said it on wax or they said it on the internet, even if they said it in your face, if they don't give you the okay, then it's not okay. Do you feel? Huh? I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. And you know the cold part about all this, right? The cold part about this whole Sukihana situation, right? What if she was cool with it, but because they got it on camera, right? And I did see something. Somebody I forgot who on somebody else's podcast I was watching a little bit earlier. How she was saying how she signed a bad contract or whatever. What if she now can use this in her favor? Because from what I heard, she disabled her Twitter account or something like that, saying that she's going through it mentally, which she probably is. I'm not saying that she's not, but what I'm trying to say is this: regardless if she was cool with it or not, she didn't seem like she was cool with it at that time. And from what I know, she haven't came out and gave him a pass. So for anything, this may even boost her career. And for Osiris, this may be the crusher of your career. And be honest with you, I'm not too familiar with Osiris as well. So uh yeah, it may be over for the young man, huh? You know what I'm saying? For why was it YK Osiris? Huh? Whatever career he does have, it may be over at this point, at least for a while. Because when they got the videotape and you see TMZ, man, TMZ is a monster, man. They make sure they got all them videos footage, man. I don't know how they get access, but they must pay well. But in all seriousness, right? This is why I talk about on my channel so much about understanding your position, understanding the energy that you're putting out and how it comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really think about that. I mean, because there's nothing wrong with you kicking it, having a good time, but you have to understand, especially if you any type of figure in life. It doesn't even have to be celebrity. Let's take it off celebrities. Even if you working well, you working at a corporation, you doing well for yourself. You have to understand that even bring energy. That brings that energy towards you, women or whatever you into, right? When somebody see you doing well, you got a nice crib, nice car, you think somebody ain't gonna choose? You know what I'm saying? But if you got the sauce like me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know how to do your finesse. But what I'm saying is, all jokes aside, seriously, you have to understand your positioning out here and understand, especially if you are a factor in your own life, if you out here handling your business, just to my guys, I know y'all know what I'm saying right now. When you out here and you handling your business as a grown man, you're going to get certain type of energy brought to you. You're going to have, women or whatever you into. People are going to get attracted to you. But that doesn't give you the okay to take advantage of anybody, right? That doesn't give somebody else the okay to be touching on you as well. If I didn't invite you, if I didn't tell you it was okay, don't touch me. See, I'm the type of dude, right? I don't like all that touchy feely with somebody, oh man, what's up, bro? And everybody want to touch on your shoulder. Man, don't touch on me like that. You feel me? If I don't know you like that, hey man, I chunked the deuce to you. What's up? May give you a pound, you know what I'm saying? That's about it, bruh. But don't be putting your hands all on me like that. I got an issue as a man. I don't like that. You feel me? So it's like, come on now. Like for real. Like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like to my guys out there, man, to men, whoever you are, you have to understand, man. If any woman, I don't care what she do in her life, I don't care how she get her money. If she don't give you that okay, it's never okay, man. You know what I'm saying? It's never okay. If she don't give you the okay, she can go out here and sleep with whoever she want. You feel me? A woman can do whatever she please because it's her body. But if she don't give you that okay, it's never okay, man. You know what I'm saying? It's never okay. I can't stress that enough. You know what I mean? And it's like you have to understand that. And now look at the Osiris situation, right? Look at his situation where this may kill off whatever career he has had at this point. Because, like I said, I'm not too familiar with his music. I'm not too familiar. So the little bit of career he had, he might as well kiss that goodbye for right now. You better go on an apology tour. You feel me? You feel me? Go on an apology tour. Go to all these different platforms. They go to academics or, you know what I'm saying? Breakfast Club or somebody, bro. You're going to have to do a cleanup act because that's why I always say this, right? With men, we have to understand that our position, it's always going to be challenged. You're going to always have obstacles as a man because the way this world is set up, at least for the United States, I can tell you about, you have to stay on your P's and Q's. You have to stay focused. That's why I talk so much about positioning, understanding, your position, moving accordingly. Don't get finessed out of your own position. See, I give you all that because what I can tell you on my 40 plus years on this earth is that when a man lose control, he can lose everything. A man can lose everything. And most women, in most cases, all they have to do is apologize and everything's fine. I'm not here to say what's wrong and what's right. I'm just telling you what it is. So you have to my fellas out there, young G's, OGs, whoever G's, you got to understand, man. You got to have that energy and control. You have to control your emotions. See, I dropped that video months ago. Y'all still ain't feeling me though, but you will. You have to protect your energy and your emotions, man. Because when a man lose control, look at Osiris. When a man make bad decisions, look at Boosie. When a man don't understand his surroundings, the people that you affiliated with, whether you was involved or not, that's Melly. Huh? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. You got to understand that, man. For a man, you have to control your energy and control your emotions. Just think about it, right? To a just for even a man that's considered to be a woman, whatever you consider that is, trans, whatever. I'm not here to bash any of that, but I'm just using this example, right? as a man that consider himself as a woman, at the end of the day, that man still have man strength. So I personally don't like seeing any man that considers himself to be a woman to be fighting a woman. Because at the end of the day, that man still have man strength. Now, he may be, depending on his muscles, okay, I give you that. But in general, I am speaking. At the end of the day, you still a man. You still have man strength. So how you control that? How you allow yourself to lose control? You can lose everything you have. Ask Tory Lanez. Do you feel? I'm just saying, man. Don't get mad at the messenger, but did you get the message? Don't get mad at the presentation. Did you get the message? You new to my channel, all I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. You can share it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? We getting into it tonight, man. Tap in with me, huh? We finna have a little bit of fun. At least I'm gonna try to. But this is a serious topic, so I don't want to play too much with it because I need this to be understood and understand that this is no games out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like with that Osiris, right? With Osiris, he may be able to bounce back, but for right now, he need to be on apology tour. That's my opinion. Need to be on apology tour, man. And let this be a lesson to any young individual out there. Just because somebody might be very provocative, might be real, you know what I'm saying? Loosey goosey with giving up their body to whoever they choose to. But the key word to it is choose. They have to choose you, man. They have to accept you, man. You don't force yourself on nobody. You allow them to accept you. You feel me? And like I always heard by you always want to get it by choice, not force, man. You feel me? You hear me? You get it by choice, not force. That's what I was brought off of. You know what I'm saying? I was brought up like that. You know what I mean? You get it by choice. You chose me. You feel me? So to all my young individuals out there, let this be a lesson to you when you talk about the Sukihana Osiris situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sad, but at the same time, me personally, I'm not that sad. Because we're not talking about two kids. We're not talking about two minors right now. You feel me? So regardless how Sukihana presents herself or how she carry herself or how she talk about herself, at the end of the day, that doesn't give you automatic access to her body. You still have to be invited. You feel me? So, Osiris, get on that your apology tour, man. Get on that apology tour. You feel me? Because it's only gonna get worse. And I heard the shade room. I think the shade room got something going on with it. Hey man, once you hit the shade room, ay ay ay. You know what I mean? I don't know, my friend. I don't know. Then I got another one. What? TMZ again. With Bootsy Badass, huh? Arrested by Fed agents after court appearance. So it says at 2:54 p.m. Pacific time, Bootsy Badass just took to Twitter to apologize to his children, writing, "I'm sorry, I love you, I love y'all forever." While he may have cleared the air in one case, Boosie was dragged back into another case, legal mess. He's getting arrested by the feds, by the federal agents. TMZ has learned. Hold up, let me see. Yeah, a spokesman from the San Diego County District Attorney's Office told us Bootsy was in court Wednesday for an appearance in his ongoing gun case. The good news, the case was dismissed. The bad news, he still had another pending legal issue. Let me see. So, yeah, okay. They continue on saying, we've told that Bootsy was arrested by the federal agents outside his courtroom as soon as his gun charge hearing wrapped. Oh, wow. And it says, we don't currently have the circumstances that led up to the arrest. So, and this coming from TMZ.com is what I was reading that from. So, this is another situation. And Bootsy, you feel me? Bootsy overall he seemed to be a good dude from what I seen. I've seen him a few times on a Breakfast Club. Most recent interview he did. I don't watch Vlad anymore, but my question is, right? See, I talked about this many months ago. Your digital reputation. Your digital reputation. Follow me. You have to understand your digital reputation. If you're not a subscriber, let me break it down to you. I'm gonna give you a little bit more game. You know what I mean? Sean B. Stoller. What do you mean? Your digital reputation is how you present yourself on the internet, how you perceived on the internet, YouTube, so on and so on, right? Now, Bootsy, he's a very outspoken individual. He did a lot of interviews when I used to watch Vlad on Vlad. I still watch a little bit of the clips, but I don't actually watch the videos anymore. But a few clips I see, he always talk about, you know, he has often talked about, his case that he had, the murder case he was facing, and how he beat the case. It was involving the feds, all these different things. See, I don't know anything about his case in that sense, other than what I just read. But what I do know is when you beat a federal charge, you beat a murder charge. When it comes to the feds, the government, depending on how that case goes and how it went and whatever other things that was involved, most from what I've seen publicly, most people who beat those cases, they don't go out having big interviews and spending years and years talking about how they beat a federal case. You know what I'm saying? How they beat a murder charge. I don't personally, I don't know a lot of murderers, at least on that's public knowledge, that go out and talk a lot about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gucci Mane, he was one of them, but even Gucci Mane, if you listen to his music, he doesn't talk a lot about it. Yeah, he'll talk about it, but it's not, he don't bring that up in every conversation. And with Bootsy, I felt like with Vlad, that was one of his hot topics, was talking about that. And in several interviews he did on Vlad, he was continuously bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? And Vlad is a very big platform. I'm not saying he's connected to the feds, but you know what they always say about Vlad and the feds. I'm just saying. You put two and two together. I'm not saying Vlad had anything to do with Bootsy getting these federal charges, but I'm just saying I always heard Vlad and the feds, and hey, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he did anything. I'm just saying that's always, I always heard that on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from the Two Chains rapping about songs, you know what I mean? There's so many artists that's mentioned Vlad in their songs about federal, information being leaked to the feds. But at the same time, right, to give Vlad a little bit more respect about it, you don't have to say or answer the question that he's giving you. You know what I mean? So chop that up how you want to, man. Do you feel? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. And for Bootsy to apologize to his kids, man, it sounds like he might be fighting a real serious case. I don't know what it's going to be, but or did the feds pick up the gun charge? Maybe that's what it is. Because the little bit of information I do know with Bootsy, it could be a situation where, like I said, it said the county have dropped the charges, but then the feds picked them up. So is the charges involving that the feds picked up the gun charge? And San Diego at that? Oh my goodness, man. And it's California too, man. This is California. You're not in Texas. You're not in New Orleans, Louisiana. You're not in Mobile, Alabama. This is California. I'm in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? To be Pacific, where I'm at. That's San Diego County. It's still California. So the laws out here when it comes to guns is real stickler out here. You feel me? Real sticky out here when it comes to the laws. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand. And this is another thing too. I talked about when you go international, you need to understand at least the basics, right? But also when you go to different states, your gun rights, having an understanding if you want to carry, what what's the legal way of for you to carry. And then for you to be somebody like Bootsy, I personally feel he should have security. He shouldn't have to carry nothing, no weapons or anything like that. That's what you hire security for, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his financial situation. I don't know nothing to that, but I just feel like, especially when you come to Cali, if you want to carry guns out here, you have to carry them in a legitimate way because you do not want to get them gun charges, man. You know what I'm saying? They are not playing out here in California. Ask Tory Lanez. Do you feel me? I'm just saying, man. And I'm not trying to clown nobody. That's just the facts. I'm not really trying to put down nobody or anything like that. But it's just that you have to understand where you at. You come to California, you go to New York. I believe those are the two most, strict states when it comes to the gun laws. You know what I'm saying? Down south, it's a whole different thing. But when you come out west, man, you gotta understand, man. You can't just be, you know what I'm saying, a gun toter out here and you don't have the right paperwork. You have to have your paperwork in order. You know what I'm saying? Or you hire security. You gotta understand that because these laws, man, comes to guns, these laws in Cali will not work in your favor. And definitely don't fire the weapon. Don't fire a legal weapon. You know what I'm saying? Ask Tory Lanez. I'm just saying, man. You know? Because let me see. Let me see if I can get any more information on that. 'Cause, yeah, I don't see nothing else. But it says it was currently in a situation as the gun. It says Boosie was involved. Oh yeah, so here it is. So I'm getting a little bit more information off TMZ. It was saying that as of the gun case, reports says Boosie was involved in a traffic stop last month when officers discovered two guns. So he got two guns on him. So it's actually two guns. Yeah, the feds may have picked up that case. The question is, what kind of guns were they? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? He had two guns on him. Both illegal, right? And he's a felon too, right? Oh my goodness. I didn't even think about that. So you in California, two illegal guns, and you a felon? Oh man, see, when you come out to California, man, you got to understand these laws out here. You go to Nevada, you got to understand them laws, man. You know, if you want to carry guns, you don't just carry them. You need to find out what's your legal rights. You know what I'm saying? When you go to different states. Because I'm telling you, man, in California, when they're not playing about those charges. So the Bootsy, I wish you well, my friend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you, man, but hopefully you get that taken care of. But with the feds on you, it's not looking pretty, my friend. Do you feel? You know? And I did want to touch on what's this guy name? YNW Melly. Huh? I'll tell you, man. When y'all young G's gonna learn, man. That's what I want to know, man. When y'all gonna learn, man? So with YNW Melly, they saying, where'd I get this from? Let me see where I got this from. This is from lawandcrime.com. Let's see what I got here. So it said the end of coming stars accused him. Okay, so they're accusing him of killing two of his friends, also rappers. Wow, so they were upcoming rappers. Two of his friends, also rappers, then attempted to stage. Wow, so they said attempted to stage the murders as a drive-by shooting in Miami area. Testimony from the crime scene. Investigators took up to the majority of Tuesday, dozens of crime scenes, photos. So wow, so basically, and for those who don't know, for this YNW Melly, they basically accusing him of killing his two friends and then tried to stage it as like it was like a drive-by that happened. Oh my goodness. Now I did see a little bit of the court case on academics earlier today, and basically on that, he was just talking about his the friend, his I guess his partner or whatever. They was had him up there doing his testimony in court. The Melly, the other guy, I forgot what his name was, but you know, for this YNW Melly, for his partner or whoever that guy is that was doing the testimony so far, man, he don't seem like he know too much. His information wasn't matching up. The lawyer was like, man, tying up his lawyer with the conversation. Man, it just looked like I don't know what's gonna happen. It seemed like Melly might get off, but It's only from what I seen, it was only the first day or second day, so all the information have not been presented. But I don't think it's gonna end well. I mean, this is just the beginning of it. So we'll see in the next few days or when the next few court cases. But overall, this looked like a horrible situation. You know what I mean? Horrible situation. And it's like, and from my understanding with the Melly guy, he actually made a song that was depicting the whole situation. But from what I heard, from what I seen, that the lawyers that's against them is not even, or the attorneys or whatever. They said they not even using the song. They going by how his information is not matching up. So I just feel like this, right? I'm just tired of this. When it comes to some of these crimes, or like I'm not in the crime period, but it's like, to my black folks out there, man, overall, man, it's time for a change, man. I know nobody want to hear that story, but that conversation is, when people say change, it's like, that's that old shit. But at the same time, it is time, man. It's time for us to have a different type of mentality, man. I'm not saying the music have to change. I'm not saying movies have to change. I'm saying in general, we need to, as a black community, a black, what I'm saying, FBA or AOS or whatever you want to claim yourself. Like, that's not important to me. What's important to me is just in the community in general. It's time for the mentalities to change, man. It's time for that mentality to change because for my subscribers who watch my videos, y'all know what I try to bring. I always try to bring something a little bit different. I'm not here to talk about street politics all day, street cred, chopper talk. I don't really do that on this channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm here really to elevate and motivate. That's my goal on my channel. So with this Melly situation, it just, for me personally, it just rubs me the wrong way because it's like these are young men, these are young individuals, and look at the mentality still. You know what I'm saying? To my older individuals out there, man, I know y'all gotta feel me on this. And then to my young folks out there, I hope you can really get the message of what I've been bringing this whole video is that the mentality has to change, man. But I feel like it's only going to change when each of us make that change. We all have to do our part, especially here in America. I know other countries as well, but I only can speak on America because that's where I'm born and raised from. But it's time for us to get out of that hood mentality. Even if you in the hood, for myself personally, I come from the hood, but I am not the hood. I am not some type of low budget criminal scamming, robbing, killing individual. That's not me. I have come from humble beginnings, but for me personally, I always had that mentality to go get it. I always had that mentality where I want something better than with my situation. So with this Melly situation, I hope a lot of y'all young G's out here can really take this and look for what it truly is, man. That the mentality has to change. You feel me? The mentality has to change. People have to look at things a different way for different results. You have to approach things different to have better results. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of sad me when I look at this Melly situation because all these guys are young dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? They had their whole life in front of them, but the choices you make. And that's why I don't play them games about, oh, he's young. Oh, they young. Because guess what? They talking about giving Melly the death penalty. And he a young man. So who going to help him now? Oh, he's young. He don't know. I dislike when people say that. Because in this world, man, they don't treat you like you a little kid when you considered to be an adult, regardless if you're 18 or 21. They consider you an adult in America. So that means when it comes to sentencing you, you're going to be in jail with grown ass men, 30, 40, 60s, 50-year-olds on you, bruh. And you come in there real skinny and scrawny and you got these big grown dudes leaning on you, man. You feel me? And I ain't talking about some sexual act. I'm just saying in general, like if they want to put hands on you, what you gonna do? You ain't got no chopper. You don't have access to no guns in prison, at least from what I know about. So what my whole point of saying that is this. That's part of the mentality that needs to change. Oh, just because you're young. No. Just because you're young, I need to be even more harder on you. Because when you go out here in the world, I tell that to my kids to this day. You know what I'm saying? My oldest daughter, she in college right now. And when I had that conversation with her, for the most part, I treat her like an adult. I know she's still young, but she's still an adult. You feel me? So I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you young, you young." No, because when you go out here in the world, you do some type of criminal act, or they accuse you of some type of criminal act. They're not gonna treat you like an underage kid. They're not gonna treat you as a minor. They're gonna treat you at your age bracket. If you 20, you 18, you considered an adult, and that's how your charges is coming down. So don't give me that bullshit about, "Oh, we young. Oh, he didn't know." What the hell is that, man? You can't call you know what I'm saying? You can't call your cell phone company and say, "Oh, because you're a young adult, I can't afford to pay the bill." No, you was old enough to sign that contract. You was old enough to take these payments. So cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. That mentality got to change, man. It got to change. The mentality, you have to be more accountable for your actions, in my opinion. You got to have standards for yourself and for your loved ones, for your kids, your relationship, terms and conditions. If you my friend, that comes with a terms and conditions. I don't just need somebody to be around me just to have them around me. That's not a friend to me. That's like a groupie or something. You feel me? If you're just around me just to be around me, but you're not really beneficial for me, what are we doing? Especially a guy like me, I'm in my 40s, man. I don't have time to just be kicking it just to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I work too hard for what I have. I work too hard to maintain what I have. Just to hang around and just kiki and ha ha with somebody that's not even important to me. So, in my opinion, the mentality needs to change. If you don't want to be in the streets, you decide to get a job, I applaud that. I applaud you for that. You feel me? You say, "Hey, man, I don't want to do this type of hood mentality, you know what I'm saying, low frequency stuff no more. I'm trying to go straight and narrow. Call me square dude." I applaud that. Hey, man, I'm finna go get a job. I'm finna take care of my kids. You feel me? I can't go to the club. I gotta go to work. I gotta go do this. I have to do that in a positive way. I'm out here trying to push in a positive way so I can be better for my family and show my family, my kids, my loved ones it's a different way to be successful without doing no criminal activity. I applaud that. Do you feel? You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying choose something different than what you're used to. Choose something different than doing illegal activity. Choose something different than just robbing somebody for a few dollars when you can go to jail for 10 years for what, $1,000? But you a real one, right? The mentality has to change. The thinking has to change. If you don't want more for yourself, how can you expect that from somebody else? You know what I'm saying? How can somebody else treat you better than yourself? Really think about that. You got to take care of yourself first so you can be better. You can be a better self for people around you. You can be a better self to help the people that's important to you. So you have to take care of yourself first. Put yourself in position, understanding your position, and move accordingly. Do you feel? You know what I'm saying? And really try to stay away from some of these folks that really ain't about nothing, man. And you know who they are. You know what I'm saying? When they ain't out here pushing it the way you know what I'm saying, you need it pushed in the sense of, man, let's try to figure something else out. Let's try to find a way to elevate and be more positive and productive with our lives in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, right? You can watch Snowfall, you can watch BMF, you can watch Sopranos. I mean, it's so many power. You see with the math, I know a lot of those the movies are fiction or based around true life events, but in general, you see with the math of all that negativity and that criminal life, how it ends. You know, most people see, especially my age bracket, you seen the movie Scarface. You see how Scarface or what ends up happening to Scarface in the end of the movie. So instead of you focusing on all that negativity, right? I'm just using that for example. Instead of focusing on that negative side, let's focus on how we can be better and elevate in a positive mentality and a better way of thinking of trying to elevate where you can not only put yourself in position, but now, since you have it all legit, now you're able to create opportunity for people around you, for people that, hey, you want to, hey, man, I figured this out. You my partner. Let's try to figure something else out for you. Because now you starting to have those resources. Now you starting to have other opportunity in a positive mentality. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to leave y'all with that. If you like my channel, you like the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. You can share it. It's cool. You know, what I bring to you is just something a little different than what you're used to. And if you're new to my channel, go back and watch a lot of my other videos. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration, huh? So I appreciate y'all watching my live tonight. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, but I do want to say this though, right? You have to change your mentality. You have to have that understanding, and you have to be willing to make the necessary sacrifices for you to be in the best position for your opportunity to win. And remember this, Before you can help anybody else, you have to help yourself first. I am Sean B. Stola. Until next time, peace.